Magandang buhay! Ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa greatest common monomial factors or yung tinatawag na GCMF. Greatest common monomial factor is a number, a variable, or a combination of number and a variable which can be found in each term of a given polynomials. First, let us identify the greatest common factor of the following. Number 1, 8, 4. What is the greatest common factor of 8, 4? First, factors of 8, 2 times 2 times 2. Factors of 4, 2 times 2. And then the greatest common factor is 4. Since the common factor is 2 and 2, then multiply, the answer is 4. Number 2, 12, 8, 4. 12 factors, 2 times 2 times 3. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. Next, we have 8. Since we all know that 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, then 4 is 2 times 2. And then, the greatest common factor is 4. Since yung tatlong number, and then yung isa, tatlong number, then multiply since these are the common factor, and then the answer is 4. Next, number 3, 12, 6, 10. 2 times 2 times 3. 2 multiply 3 is 6. 2 multiply 5 is 10. And then the common factor is 2. So we have 2 is the greatest common factor. Next, how about variables? Now look at this example. Number 4 is x to the second power, then x to the third power. Factors, ang gagawin nyo lang, i-expand niyo x and x because x times x is 2, x squared. Okay, then we have x times x times x is x to the third power. And therefore, meron tayong common factor. Ang common factor natin is x. Then yung x, pag nag-multiply tayo ng x and x, therefore, the answer is x to the second power. And therefore, that will be the greatest common factor. Next, number 5, 6a cubed b to the second power. Then 18a to the second power b cubed. And therefore, 6 is 2 times 3. And then a to the third power, it means a, b, b, b. Second power is b and b. Multiply b. Then 18 is 2 times 3 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6 times 3 is 18. Then second power is a and a. Then b to the third power, b, and b. Then the common factor is 2. Then 3. Then 2 times 3, the answer is 6. Then we have a common, a and a, 2 common factors. So we have a squared. Then b, then this will be your remaining factor. So therefore, multiply this common factor. So b squared. And therefore, we have 6a squared, then b to the third power. Okay? Next, example. Now, this time, we have an example. Factor 6x minus 15. Then, look at the first term and the last term. So, first term, we have 6 and then 15. Now, all you have to do is, first step is find the greatest common factor of the numerical coefficients. Since we have 6 and 15, so find the greatest common factor of the numerical coefficients. And 6 and 15, 6 factors, 1, 2, 3. Then 15 is 1, 3, 5. And then find the common factor. The common is 1 and 3. And then we are looking for the greatest. And therefore, the answer is 3. Or, pwede rin itong ganito, yung ginawa natin kanina. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 3 is 15. And therefore, the answer is 3. Greatest common factor is 3. Next, step 2, take out 3 from the polynomial by dividing its term by 3. So, 6x minus 15, and yung greatest common factor natin is 3. And then, all you have to do is, hahanapin natin yung isang factor. Ayan. And then, ang gagawin natin is, di-divide natin yung first term muna before mag-proceed ng second term. So, first term is 6x divided into the greatest common factor, and therefore 6x divided by 3, and the answer is 2x. Yung 2x ilalagay natin doon sa box. And then 15 negative divided into 3, and therefore we have negative 5. So therefore we have negative 5. So this will be your factored form. Okay, so we have two factors. So the factors of 6x minus 15 is, or are 3, then 2x minus 5. Next, number 2. Factor 12a squared b raised 5 raised to 5, then minus 18a raised to 4 b raised to 3. Then step 1, since we have 12 and 18, so hahanapin natin yung greatest common factor of the numerical coefficients. So we have 12, then 18. So yung 12, yung factor niya is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Then yung 18 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. And therefore, ang common factor natin is 2, 3, 4, 6. Pero hinahanap natin yung greatest common factor. So, the greatest common factor, 6 is the greatest of all factors of 4, 3, and 2. So, therefore, ang sagot natin is 6. Or yung kanina, pwede rin ganito, 2 times 2 times 3, 2 times 3 times 3. Then, yung common factor natin is 2. Then, 3. Ang gagawin lang natin is, multiply natin yung 3 at saka 2. And therefore, the answer is 6. Right? So, 2 times 3, we have 6. And therefore, GCF is equal to 6. Next, step 2. Find the variable with the least exponent that appears in each term of the polynomial. So, yung kanina yon, ito yung kanina. So, yung hanapin natin yung variable with the least exponent. So, yung first term meron siyang a and b, yung second term meron siyang a and b. But yung first term, yung a, yung exponent ng a is 2, yung b, yung exponent niya is 5. Ito naman, a, 4, b, 3. Okay, so pareho silang may a, pareho silang may b. So, hahanapin natin yung variable with the least exponent. So, mas madali ito, least exponent. Hahanapin natin yung pinakamababang exponent. So, ito yung first term, a squared b to the 5th power. Next, a raised to 4, b raised to the 3, raised to 3. Then, factors. So, since ang exponent, ang pinakamababang exponent dito, yung 2, 2 is less than 4. And therefore, meron tayong a raised to the second power. Kasi sabi niya, variable with the least exponent. Next, we have b. So, 5 and 3, ang least exponent natin is 3. So, b to the 3rd power. So, ito yung magiging greatest common factor natin. Next, so kaya pwedeng ganito yung gagawin natin. Expand natin yung a to the 2nd power. So, a. Then, b raised to 5. So, b. So, 5 b. Tapos yung a to the 4. So, 4 na a. Then, b to the 3rd power, 3 b. Then, hahanapin mo yung common factor. A. Dalawa yung common. Tapos, b, 3 yung common na b. And therefore, i-multiply mo lang yung 3b at saka yung 2a. So, magiging a to the 2nd power, b to the 3rd power. So, therefore, ang GCF natin is a raised to the 2nd power, b to the 3rd power. So, pareho lang yung greatest common factor na. Since iba lang yung solution, iba lang yung procedure. Next, step 3, get the product of 6 and a squared b to the third power. So, i-multiply natin yung dalawang nakuha natin yung greatest common factor ng numerical at saka yung greatest common factor ng variable. And therefore, the greatest common monomial factor is 6a squared b to the third power. And then, so ito yung greatest common monomial factor natin or yung GCMF, which is 6a squared b to the third power. Next, step 4, take out 6a squared b cubed from the polynomial by dividing its term by 6a squared b to the second power. So, ito yung given natin. So, ito yung greatest common monomial factor natin. Tapos, hahanapin natin yung isa pang factor. So, ang gagawin natin, i-divide natin yung first term dito sa greatest common monomial factor. So, therefore, ito yon, i-divide natin yung 6. So, tapos yung a raised to the second power, tapos yung a raised to the second power, b to raised to 5, and then b raised to 3. Then, 12 divided by 6 is 2, and then b raised to the second power. So, ito ika-cancel lang natin. 2 minus 2 is 0, and then any number that raised to the 0 power or variable raised to the 0 power is equal to 1. And therefore, 5 minus 3, then b to the second power. So, tapos ilalagay natin dito sa box, dito sa quantity. Next, i-divide natin yung second term using the greatest common monomial factor. 18 divided by 6, we have negative 3. Then a to the 4, then a raised to second power. So 4 minus 2 is a raised to the second power. Then ika-cancel lang natin yung dalawang ito kasi pareho lang sila. Ika-cancel natin. So tapos, ilalagay natin dito sa quantity natin. And therefore, we have negative 3a raised to the second power. So therefore, this will be your factor form and this will be your answer. Next, number 3. Get the factors of the expression 15m to the third power b raised to 5, then positive 10m raised to 8, then p to the second power. Step 1, so ang gagawin natin, get the factor or the greatest common factor of the numerical coefficients, 15. Then, we have 10. Tapos, factor natin, 1, 2, 3, 5. And then, 1, 2, 5. So, yung greatest natin dyan, ang pinaka-greatest natin, yung 5. And therefore, we have the greatest common factor is 5. Next, second step is hahanapin natin yung variable with the least exponent. So, pareho silang may m, may pareho silang p. Hanapin natin ngayon yung variable with the least exponent. So, yung m to the third power tsaka m to the raised to 8. So, ito yon yung first term natin. M to the third power, p raised to 5. Then, yung isa naman, m raised to 8, then p raised to 2. Tapos, factor niya, yung greatest common factor niya, so m raised to the third power, p to the second power. Bakit to the third power? Kasi yung 3 is less than 8. Sabi ng step 2, find the variable with the least exponent. So, mababa yung 3. Then, 5 and 2, so yung 2 yung gagamitin. And then, after that, yung third step is ang gagawin natin is i-multiply natin yung greatest common factor ng numerical tapos yung variable with the least exponent. So dito, ang greatest common factor natin dito, yung m to the third power, p to the second power. So i-multiply natin using step 3. So i-combine lang natin yan. 5m to the third power, p to the second power. Next, step 4, take out yung greatest common monomial factor natin from the polynomial by dividing its term by the greatest common monomial factor natin. Yung 5m cube p to the second power. Then, ito yung given kanina. Ito yung greatest common monomial factor. Hahanapin natin yung isang pang factor. And therefore, i-divide lang natin yung 15 dun sa 5. 15 divided by 5. The answer is 3p to the third power. So, ika-cancel natin yung dalawang to. And then, 5 minus 2 is 3. Then, ilalagay na natin dito. So, we have 3p to the third power. Next, second term, 10 divided by 5. 10m raised to 8, p to the second power. Divide this greatest common monomial factor. Tapos, ang sagot, 2m raised to fifth power or m raised to 5. So, magiging 8 minus 3 is 5. Cancel yan. So, ito na yung magiging sagot natin. Ilalagay natin. So, therefore, this will be your factor form. Next, example number 5. Or rather number 3. This will be number 3. Factor 6x squared minus 12xy plus 20y to the second power. Now this time, we have trinomial. Tatlo sila. 3 terms. So una, tignan natin, i-check natin dito, yung 6, 12 at saka 20, pwede kaya makuha yung greatest common factor nila? Meron kayang greatest common factor? So, meron 6, 12, 20. Dito naman, yung first term x, second term, meron siyang xy, while third term, meron siyang y. So, hindi pwedeng kunin yung variable with the least exponent kasi dito sa gitna, xy. Dito sa first term, merong x. Last term, merong y. So, wala kang kukunin na variable with the least exponent. Ang gagawin mo lang, kukunin mo lang yung numerical coefficients. Yung find the greatest common factor of the numerical coefficients. 6, step 1, find the greatest common factor of the numerical coefficients. So, we have 6, 12, so we have 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Then 20, 2, 4, 5, 10. Then the common factor is 2. So therefore, we have the common factor is 2. Next, step 2, take out 2 from the polynomial by dividing its term by 2. So 2, so ito yung given natin kanina. So ito yung 2. Tapos, kukunin natin yung second factor, 6x squared. I-divide natin dito sa greatest common factor, 2. And then 6 divided into 2 is 3x to the second power. Then, lalagay doon. Dito. Next, negative 12xy. I-divide natin yung 2. So 12, negative 12 divided by 2, the answer is 6, and then copy xy. And therefore, we have 6xy. Next, 20 divided by 2, we have 10y to the second power, and therefore, we have positive 10y to the second power. And this will be your factor form. And then, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something. Please subscribe. Bye.